You know, the fans are waiting for me to upload on Friday. I gotta deliver. Let's talk hormones. And cravings. And sugar. Cheers to that. What's up, guys? And today we're going to talk about cravings, and more specifically, we're going to talk about 6 different reasons why you might be having cravings, and not only that, but how to combat them. So if you like these types of videos, then shoot me a like, subscribe to this channel, and we're going to dive right into it.
Annihilate that like button.
Annihilate that like button.
That bell.
Click that bell.
Destroy the subscribe button.
Destroy the subscribe button.
Nuke those likes.
Nuke those likes.
RKO that comment section.
RKO that comment section. Let's talk about food. I can talk about food all day, don't get me wrong, but we're going to narrow it down to cravings, something that all of us struggle with or have struggled with. I mean, who doesn't crave the sweets and the chocolate? I want to share with you guys something that I've been studying lately, and something that's actually really fascinating about cravings. And that being said, I just want to give you guys a couple of reasons why you might be having cravings other than ones that you might normally think. Like, oh, I just eat so much sugar, so naturally my body starts to crave more sugar, which yes, is true, but there's also other things that could be going on. The first reason why you could be experiencing cravings is a lack of balance in other areas of your life outside of food. Our bodies are always seeking to create equilibrium and create balance throughout the entirety of our body. So when one area of your life gets pushed to the back burner and is not addressed and constantly nurtured, then naturally other parts will start to fall out of place. It's like a domino effect. Everything works together to make you run smoothly, and be happy. So for example, if you're stressed out, that can lead to cravings. And stress can come from an imbalance in really any area of your life. Work, kids, all the projects you have going on, whatever that is, whatever's causing you to be stressed, that situation would cause you to crave more foods at night, or if you just want to wind down and have something to basically be used as a comfort mechanism. And oftentimes it's food, unfortunately, unless you crave potato. Well, I love potatoes. I always crave potatoes. Unless you crave broccoli, then it's probably fine. If you have something going on in your relationship life, like with your family, if there's distress in that area, or your friendships, if they're not serving you in the right ways, or if there's not balance there, if you're unhappy in your relationship, all of these things, again, can cause stress, which can lead to cravings. So what I would recommend is looking at these areas of your life and kind of evaluating your level of happiness within those areas, and then you can kind of go from there and come up with a game plan to minimize your stress, or at least create a more positive outlook on these different areas of your life. Next, this is probably something that you haven't heard of too much, and if you have, that's awesome. I'm just now learning about it, so I'm going to share it with you guys. If there's any more information about this, let a girl know, because it's actually really fascinating to me. And if you see me looking to the side, I had to take a couple of notes just so I remembered like what order I put these in. Yin and Yang balance. So this is something that's practiced in traditional Chinese medicine, and what it means is that food is categorized into different groups. Yin is higher in expansive energy, and then Yang is higher in contractive energy. And keep in mind here that the body is still trying to create balance. So, for example, if you eat foods that are higher in sugar, that's a yin energy, then your body will start to naturally crave foods that are higher in maybe salt or something a little bit more savory, so we can create that balance. Kind of like how after we eat dinner, we're always craving something sweet. It's because we're not satisfying all of our different taste palettes, and so we're naturally looking for something that's going to differentiate from what we just ate. The same thing can go for cooked foods and raw foods, and then foods of other different flavor profiles. Next, memories. So you know those sayings like, oh, grandma's apple pie, or I can't wait to have that homemade stuffing on Christmas. So these are cravings that are created from a memory that we once had, a good memory that was also associated with that food that we had at that time. So through more evaluation in this specific scenario, these cravings can often come up as we seek to recreate good memories from old times. Number 4, water. I don't think I need to say anything else, but drink more water. 5, lack of nutrients. So the body is always in search of nutrient-dense foods and foods that are going to supply you with all of the minerals and vitamins that you need for the day to sustain your energy and keep the body alive. And despite if you've already eaten a full meal, if it wasn't packed with the nutrition that your body needs, you will naturally be still having cravings for food. And oftentimes that can lead to you eating more and more and more and not feeling satisfied because your body's really not getting what it needs. So that's really important to keep in mind. Because if you think about it, sometimes we'll just like snack and snack and snack. And not only does that food digest like really quickly and then we're hungry again, but it's also, generally speaking, not always that nutrient dense. So we're still lacking in something or another in our body. Your body's a smart thing, you know. Number 6, the final reason why you could be having cravings is because of hormone imbalance. Yay, hormones. Hormones. I'm not crazy. Right, babe? So think periods, pregnancy, menopause, stress. All of these things can create hormone imbalance and thus cause you to have cravings that you wouldn't normally have. I wish I could give you an elaborate, detailed explanation as to why this is going on, and though I probably know it, I'm not going to sit here and try and explain the chemistry behind that off the top of my head. So if you're interested in that, you know, annihilate that comment section and let me know. So what can we do about this? What can we do about these cravings? How can we go about maybe becoming aware of them and kind of tackling them so maybe we don't experience them as much or at least as heavily, or we can pick a more nutrient dense option? Well, first, it's simply just becoming aware of the cravings that you're having. It does take some practice to have that level of curiosity inside your mind, and when it pops up saying, oh, I'm having a craving right now, instead of subconsciously subconsciously going to grab a snack. But the first step is simply just becoming aware of what cravings you have. And you can even go as far as writing down what times of the day that you're having the cravings and what it is over the course of a few days to see if you can find any patterns. And then the next thing you can do is try and discover what origin that craving is coming from. So you can look at that list of 6, and there are plenty more reasons why you might be having cravings, but those ones might be some good baseline craving standards to go off of. And then the next thing you need to do is simply come up with a game plan to combat those cravings. So it's really uniquely based on why you're experiencing those cravings, whether the solution would be preparing healthy snacks to have on hand, which is generally good for any type of craving that you might have, even if it's a healthy alternative to a bad snack. Or I don't want to say bad. I don't really label foods as good or bad, but something not as nutritious for you, or making something in advance that could satisfy like a sweet tooth. That's not just going out and buying cookies of some sort, so you know exactly what's going to the product. So if you want me to make a full video on what you can do to combat cravings, then I will do that, but it's really based on where it's coming from, and everybody's so unique in that way that it's up to figuring out what works for you or what you would be willing to try. But I believe in all of you. Maybe you can just eat some carrot sticks and call it a day. I don't know. But it's all about approaching cravings with mindfulness and then figuring out how to combat them from there. So if you have any questions, send me your questions at Eden, EDEN, gold, GOLD, 527 at gmail.com. I will respond within 24 hours, and head over to my Instagram because we actually had a full post talking about cravings. It's EdenGold_. And other than that, don't be shy. Join the family. And yeah, so I'll see you guys later.